Coach, first off, great season last year. I mean, that's where everybody starts when you're talking about Concordia. How do you look to carry that momentum over, and what are going to be some of the things that we see differently from Concordia here in 2014?
Well, we'll be different because we lost 16 of those guys. 16 seniors are gone, and so I don't know how much momentum carries over, frankly. We're going to have to start over at a lot of positions. We lose 6 of our front 7 on defense. We lose 4 of our starting 5 offensive linemen. So there's going to be some young kids, some untested kids playing. Now, we feel pretty good about who we have. Those are some big shoes to fill, but we feel pretty good about who we have. We'll see. The waters are often choppy in this conference, so, I mean, the tests will be big, but we have some confidence in the players. We've got to keep working hard with them, but hopefully they'll step up.
Defense, I believe you only return 1 starter, so what have you seen defensively that you've liked and that you guys are going to have to improve upon before week 1?
We only return 1 starter, but we do have some guys who played some too. So again, there is that experience gap. But I think we have some players. I think our secondary is going to be strong. Again, as I mentioned, the front 7, there are going to be some new guys there, but I think there are some players that will be able to step in and play admirably. So we're reasonably confident.
Obviously, on offense, you have to point to David Morrison. The guy threw for over 3,400 yards, 29 touchdowns in the air, 10 touchdowns. He's the player of the year in the SAC. How do you go about replacing him, and where are you in finding a quarterback? Because it sounds like you had a junior and a sophomore, which includes David's brother, correct?
Yes. We've got 2 guys for sure that are going to be vying for that spot. And they're not, I mean, if you want to be honest about it, they're not going to be where David was at the end of the year last year. That was a pretty good player we lost. So you don't really replace that. But I do think they're going to be pretty good. They're not going to be that good week 1 against Northside, but they'll be decent. We're plenty pleased with where they are, and so we'll see what happens.
Because of what David did and what all the offensive guys you had last year brought to the table, do you change anything you do offensively?
Not wholly. I mean, there will be some things we do differently, but it's not. The offense is the offense. Just little stuff here and there. But we like what we do, and we've got some guys who can do more or less what David did.
What are going to be some of the strengths overall for this team as we head forward?
Skill positions. I think our skill positions are as good as we've had them at Concordia. And I don't want to sell the line short or the front 7 defensively short either. It's just going to be new. So it's a little bit, I think I used the word earlier, untested. We've got players who can step in, but certainly if you were to look at us here August 5th, skill position-wise, we've got some players I think who can do some good things for us.
Final question, what are you most looking forward to seeing from this team when August 22nd rolls around and you battle at Chambers Field?
Our effort. We always talk about here at Concordia how effort is so important. And last year it was nice because they could see that effort parlayed itself into 9 wins. So what will our effort be? Adversity strikes often on a Friday night. How do they respond to adversity? If we respond well, if we play with solid effort, we always tell our kids good things will happen at the end of the day, scoreboard-wise or otherwise.
Cool. Anything else you'd like to comment on?
Go Cadets.
All right.